Okay, this week we got a 1999 GMC 1500. I don't guess they're called Silverados. I don't know. GMC anyway. Don't say. But anyway, says the door is about to fall off. So we're gonna put some door pins and bushings in it. And then he wants us to check on a mirror for him. Mirror's about shot. Grill, turn signals, check on that. I believe it needs a wash job before I worry about all that, but anyway, hey, let's get started putting these door pins and bushings on. Kind of dark in there, so I'm going to shine my light, but right there, see if you can watch this. See how much movement it's got. The top ones are wore slap out, and the bottom ones are pretty bad. So we're going to try to knock these old ones out and see what happens. Okay, so we fix to start taking these bushings, old ones off. First, we're going to remove this panel right here so we can get to the wires going to the door and unhook them. And then we'll remove these 3 bolts and we'll just be able to set the door off out of the way and be able to get to them pins and bushings. So let's get started on that. Okay, so this one's going to be a little bit more complicated. I don't know if you can see the wires there. See that orange and yellow wire? They've run something up under the hood, so we're going to have to go out there and look and see where we can disconnect it, or where it goes in through the fuse box there and disconnect it to get it off out of the way. So let's check on that. The way they've got them run, whatever that runs to, I'm not even sure it's anything hooked up. We're going to have to just cut the wires and then splice them back together, and that way we can get the door off out of the way. Set it off out of the way. That makes it a lot easier. Now we can remove all these pins and get the old bushings knocked out and get the new ones put in. Okay, these still have the factory pins, so they got a little brad on them right here, so we're going to have to grind that little bit of brad off, and then it should be able to slide them right out. Alright, there's one out. There's number 2 out. Alright, right here's our new pins and bushings. Got the bushings and all the pins that go in there. See if we can't figure these things out. Get them put in. Okay, get this little piece out of the way. Maybe we remember how it goes. That pin is totally gone. This one's all jacked up in there, or bushing I should say. Right there's one new one. Taps in flat. top just falls right in. I can set the piece in. Okay, by looking at our old one, it looks like the one with the grip fits in the top. Well, that can have a grip. Here it is, the grip right here. Got it on the bottom. Or something. Grip one in the bottom, slick one in the top. And then you put your little keepers in. Okay, like I said, get one that's got you've got one that's got grip down here on the shoulder. It goes in your bottom one, and then you got one that's smooth and the grip down here, it goes in your top one. And then put your little E-clip, and then there's a washer in the E-clip. And of course you drop it. Then you gotta find it. Let's try this. Let me get some needle nose. Both these clips snapped in good. Hinge is right. Now let's stick the door back on. We're going to go ahead and fix these wires, and we're going to put something over them to keep them from rubbing a hole in them and wearing into the metal. I'm still not sure what them are hooked up to. Probably some kind of horn or something. But anyway, it was hooked up, so we want to hook them back up. So let's get the stuff to do that. We're going to go ahead and set the door on first so we can run those wires through the little rubber grommet on the door. That'll help them keep them from wearing out. So we'll set that on first and then hook the wires back together. That's a lot harder than it looks. We've got our slid on in place though. See the pins coming up through there. So we'll get our bolts back in it and everything will be hooked up, get our wires fixed, and this side will be good to go. Okay, we got our wires put back together. I went ahead and put some shrink wrap on them too. got them run through there. Now all we got to do is run this one up through here and plug it back into the fuse box. Put this panel and these panels back on. We'll have the driver's side done. So let's get it. Okay, everything snapped back in place. See if this door will close a little better now. Oh yeah, a lot better. All right, now on to the passenger side. I'm just going to give you a little quick rundown of the passenger side because it's basically the same thing. Pull this panel off, unplug your door plug, remove the kick panel. I'm going to have to clean out this passenger floorboard a little bit so I can get to it. Remove the wire, take the bolts out, door off out of the way, replace the bushings, and back together. And I'll just show you when it's finished. Like I said, it's basically the same thing on the other side. So let me get all that knocked out and then we'll go from there. Okay, we got the new pins on this side, top, bottom. We'll set the door back on, hook the wires back up, and this job will be complete. Okay, here it is. Both doors opening and closing better. Not rocking up and down. So we've got everything fixed up on it. Fixing to get it back to him. And now you won't have to worry about his door falling off. It's got a check engine light on, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull the codes on it for him so he'll know maybe what it's got wrong. He may want to fix that later on. But that's it for this week at 256 Garage. Y'all like and subscribe.